The Mahindra Thar Roxx definitely has everybody's attention, and I'm quite sure you've seen it splattered across social media, YouTube and whatnot. A gazillion views and everybody's ogling at this vehicle. But having said that, there's also questions coming in about how does it compare to the Mahindra Scorpio N. Now, we know that the Mahindra Scorpio N sort of changed the game for the Scorpio class of vehicles from Mahindra when it first launched, ushered in a bold new design, great technology, sorted out suspension, and that's the first time we got to see that FDD and that Watts-Link and Pentalink suspension as well. And it really transformed what we thought of the Scorpio. And the Scorpio N has gone on to do brilliant numbers for the company. But now, in the lineup, we have the Roxx, which is also a lifestyle-oriented vehicle. You've got 4 doors to get in and out of. You've got a second row that's actually pretty proper. Frills, thrills, everything packaged in here. But where does the Scorpio N fit in? Well, for starters, it is a larger vehicle. Yes, dimensionally, if you were to measure from the bumper all the way to the rear spare tire on the back of the Thar Roxx, it's about the same length as the Scorpio N. But you got to remember, with the Scorpio N, the rear, the stepney goes underneath, and you actually get more boot space. Having said that, it's actually a 3-row SUV and not a 2-row like the Thar Roxx. So, which is basically all about space. Now the Scorpio N, when you get inside, you can see that it's actually a little bit more lavish, a little bit more upmarket. It feels more spacious and wider than the Thar Roxx. And that's because it is. And you get a lot of tech on board. You've got really neat touchscreen interfaces. You've got a nice digital driver interface. And with that, it feels really plush. The seats feel a little wider than what you get in the Thar Roxx up front. In the second row, there's better leg room, better headroom. And in the third row, kids can actually get in there quite easily. When you fold it down and it tumbles, you actually get a ton of boot space to get a lot of luggage in there. And I think it packs in way more suitcases than what the Thar Roxx does. So it definitely is something to consider, despite being in a very similar price bracket on certain models. For example, the AX7L Thar Roxx manual is for about 18.99, the diesel version, but you can get a Z8 Select Scorpio N for about the same price. So when you look at that, yes, there's a little bit of overlap in terms of pricing, but again, it boils down to what you're looking for in your vehicle. The Scorpio, in terms of off-road capability and all of that, if you want to consider the 4x4 version, it's very capable. But at the same time, I think the Thar is better designed and is more rugged of the two. So if you're one of those guys who wants to head out on frequent adventures, needs the 4x4, and is looking for a vehicle that also serves the lifestyle element, then the Thar Roxx is for you. But if you're one of those that's looking for long road trips, doesn't need the 4x4, and would like something that's a little bit more plush, offers slightly better ride quality in the fact that it feels a little softer as compared to the Thar Roxx, then the Scorpio N is the vehicle for you to choose. So bottom line is that you can't go wrong. Both of them are absolutely brilliant SUVs. They cater to different sets of the market. The Thar Roxx, while it has gone a little bit more lifestyle oriented, still has those rugged underpinnings. It's got that off-roading capability that is next to none in this segment especially. And it is something that's a lot of fun to drive as well. But you do sacrifice a little bit in terms of space when it comes to the Scorpio N. Now with the Scorpio N, you get that nice, large, luxurious SUV feel, a really smooth ride as compared to the Thar Roxx, and of course, the ability to carry more people on board. In terms of frills, I think Mahindra is standardizing what you get across their entire range with their Adrenox package, and that is just something that is working really well for them. I think you get a host of connected features using that system, and that definitely makes a very big difference in your overall ownership experience as well. But on a closing note, like I said, you can't go wrong with either one. And for me, being a guy who lives out in the hills, does a lot of up and down on the mountain, I do a little bit of off-roading, visiting farms. For me, a Thar Roxx suits my needs better than a Scorpio N. Now, if you live out in the city, you're not really going to go off-roading, you've got a big family, or you want that sheer road presence, that massive size where you sit a little higher, then the Scorpio N would be a fantastic choice for you. Having said that, we know that there's a serious amount of inquiries about the Thar Roxx. It does serve the purpose of being a family vehicle, and on that note, you can't go wrong with this as well. If there's something I've missed, if there's something else you want to know about between the Scorpio N and the Thar Roxx, feel free to get in touch with me. But before I leave you, there's one little tidbit of information that I want to tell you about for you to consider as well while you're making your choice between the Scorpio N and the Thar Roxx. And that is the amount of power that you get. Now with the Thar Roxx, you get 152 PS of power and 330 Newton meters of torque. That's on the manual as well as the diesel two-wheel drive. The diesel four-wheel drive on the Thar Roxx gets 175 PS of power and 370 Newton meters of torque. Now that matches with what you get on the Scorpio N as standard, because the Scorpio N offers 175 PS of power and 370 Newton meters of torque. Of course, the automatic in the Scorpio N does 400 Newton meters of torque. So take all of this into account, performance, space, mileage, whatnot, rugged ability, comfort, what is it that you're looking for, and then make your informed decision. If not, feel free to write in to me. If you've got any further questions, feel free to write in to me. It's my job, and all of us here at MotorScribes take pride in the fact that we answer every question that comes in on our channel.